And good evening, everybody, and welcome to a very exciting night in payoff pitch baseball. It is game number 5 of the Retro Replay 1969 World Series. How's everyone doing this evening? The series is tied at 2-2. This game will be in Shea Stadium in New York using as-played lineups. Jerry Koosman for the Mets and Dave Mcnally for the Orioles. Now remember, this series actually went 5 games, so game 6 and 7 will be not as played. They will be at my discretion because no lineups or video or game was ever played. This will be a game that will be the game 6 in Baltimore will be decided by day's rest, will be decided by who I think should play in that game for that particular game. Let's go over the lineups and we'll go over any other information we have. I'll get rid of my banner real quick and then I'll show you the starting lineups. So just give me 1 second to get my banner going here, and then we'll go ahead and get things started. Please come on in, get your seat. This should be an exciting game. So here is your starting lineup for game number 5, and they'll be on the screen. For the Baltimore Orioles, Don Buford in left leading off. Batting second will be center fielder Paul Blair. Batting third, the right fielder Frank Robinson. Batting fourth will be the first baseman Boog Powell. Batting fifth, the third baseman Brooks Robinson. Batting sixth is the second baseman Davey Johnson. Batting seventh, the catcher Andy Etchebarren. Batting eighth, the shortstop Mark Belanger. And batting ninth and pitching Dave Mcnally. For the Mets, Tommy Agee leading off in center. Bud Harrelson in short, Cleon Jones in left, Don Clendenin at first, Ron Swoboda in right, Ed Charles in third, Jerry Grody behind the plate, Al Weiss at second, and Jerry Koosman gets the start here in game number 5. Let's go ahead and give you some information about what we've kind of learned in this series. In game number 1, of this series, the Baltimore Orioles defeated the Mets at Memorial Stadium 7-4. Mike Cuellar defeated Tom Seaver. Hall got the save. Home runs in the ballgame was by Clendenin, Buford, Blair, and Johnson. In game number 2, the Orioles defeated the Mets, sweeping the Mets at Memorial, winning 2-1. Winning was by Harden, the save by Watt, the loser was by McAndrew. Home runs in the ballgame was Cleon Jones, and Paul Blair had his second series. The series moved to Stadium for game number 3. The New York Mets defeated the Baltimore Orioles 6-5 to get an inch closer, making it 2-1. Home runs and winning pitcher was Gentry. Loser was Palmer. The save went to McGraw. Home runs in the ballgame. Agee is first. Blair his third, and Elrod Hendricks his first. Game number 4 in Shea, pivotal series. The New York Mets shut out the Baltimore Orioles 7-0 behind Tom Seaver, only allowing 5 hits. Mike Cuellar took the loss. He's 1-1. Home run by Ed Charles. He had the big home run in the 8th inning to give the Mets the added cushion. We now move to game number 5 of the series. The winner of this game will take a commanding lead as the season and series will shift back to Memorial Stadium, Baltimore, where the Mets gotta learn to beat the Orioles in their home ballpark. Here at Shea Stadium, it is going to be 1-23 ballpark to a lefty wheelhouse, while righties are 1-32. So a very home cooking ballpark for the home team. It's a very big ballpark, and not very conclusive to a lot of home runs on the wheelhouse unless you get lucky. Again, we're reading 2 red dice that will refer to the pitcher's card, and then the two 10-sided dice will refer to the batter's card. Will be black and then purple. Are we all set? 5 minutes in, and we're ready for baseball. So let's do this. Game number 5 of the Retro Replay World Series. And now here is Don Buford. Buford is 4 for 17 a series, a run scored, an RBI. He had the home run to lead off the World Series just like he did in real life. He'll get the start here against the lefty. It's going to be a 7 on Koosman. That's going to be tough. Tough on an 0-9 is a strikeout for Buford. So Buford strikes out one away. He only strikes out one, the 20 versus the lefty. So that takes some doing to strike him out. So Koosman with a quick K. Here is Paul Blair. The last start for Koosman, he went 7 innings. He gave up 1 earned run, 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Unearned run, ERA 1.23, and has an opponent's average of 2.240. So in the series so far, the Baltimore Orioles are hitting 259 as a team. They've hit 6 home runs, 393 on slugging, 287 on base percentage. When the Baltimore Orioles take the field, their team ERA is 4.23. Opponent's average is 235. So now here comes Paul Blair. He is getting MVP chance. So far, what a series for Blair. 6 of 17, 6 runs scored, 6 RBIs, has 3 home runs. Righty hitting against Koosman, the lefty. And that is going to be an 11. That's going to be a defense, of course. Of course we're going to have a defensive check. Why not? So let's go ahead and do the defensive check alignment once again. Give me 1 second as I set that up again. So let's go ahead and roll. It's going to be an error check. Oh, an error check on the first baseman. He should get away with this. The first baseman for the Mets is Don Clendenin. Clendenin, the error check is a 1. Normally that should be bad. Error check 1, the 68's an error, but he rolled a 91. Clendenin throws it to the pitcher covering for the second out. So he got it there for the second out of the game. I'll make it 3-1. This is game number 5 of the 1969 Retro Replay World Series. We're going to have a game 6, which did not happen. That should be fun, as I'll be making my own lineups and setting my own rotations, and possibly for a game number 7. Here is Frank Robinson. He's 5 of 15, a run scored, 2 RBIs, hitting .333 in the series. Right-handed slugger against the lefty Koosman. Koosman looks on, and here's the pitch. It's an 11, another defensive check. Boy, running into the defensive checks today. We roll the defense. It's going to be a range check on the pitcher. So Koosman on a range check is going to be a D. A D means 1 to 51 is a hit. It's a 36, and that's going to be a dribbler down the line. Koosman cannot get it, and that's a base hit. So a base hit for Frank Robinson. This time the range check did not pay dividends. So Frankie is on. Runner on first and 2 outs for Boog Powell. He's 4 for 16 in the series with no home runs, no extra base hits, hitting .250. The big first baseman here, lefty on lefty. Koosman from the stretch, runner on first and 2 outs. It's going to be a 6. That's going to be a tough against a 5. He got him on a strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the first inning. No scores. We welcome you to Shea Stadium. So here is Thomas Agee. Agee so far, 6 of 18. He has a home run and has an RBI in the series. Agee now having a fine series. Hitting against Dave Mcnally. Oriole defense is going to be Buford, Blair, Robinson, Brooksy, Belanger, Johnson, Powell, and Etchebarren. Mcnally on the mound. Last time for Mcnally, he went 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 3 hits, 2 walks, no decision, 1.29 ERA, opponent's average 1.25. The New York Mets so far in this World Series are hitting .235, have hit 4 home runs, slugging .364, on base .289. So here come the Mets and Tommy Agee. He leads off here in the bottom of the first inning as the legendary Lindsey Nelson is behind the mic. As they did in the World Series back then, the hometown announcers were calling the games. So Tommy Agee leads off. It's a 7 of Mcnally. That's in play on Mcnally, but a 38 38 versus the lefties, just out of reach. Pop the third. Brooks Robinson's there, closes the mitt, and makes the first play of the game. Here is Bud Harrelson, the shortstop. Harrelson is 1 of 14 on runs scored, has a double and a ribby. Switch hitter batting right-handed against Mcnally. A 7 is in play, but a 63 will be way out of reach. That's a ground ball to short. Blair comes up and throws him out for out number 2. So 2 outs here. Here is Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones, 9 of 15, 6 runs scored, has a home run. Boy, he's getting some MVP chance of himself, along with the center fielder on the Orioles, Paul Blair. Here's an 8 from Mcnally. That's in play. Again, he found it in play, but it's a 79. That's a fly ball to center. Blair is going to camp and makes the catch, and let's go 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the top of the second. No score. Game number 5, Retro Replay World Series. So game number 5, and it's now going to be Brooks Robinson. Brooks Robinson, 2 for 15 in the series. Right-handed batter against Koosman. It's a 10. It's going to be patient. A 10 patient is probably going to be a walk. So Brooksy is on with the walk. Runner on first and nobody out. Second base runner for the Orioles. He is not going to run anywhere. The Orioles or Mets don't possess any blazers on there. They're not going to run a lot in this series. Here is Davey Johnson. Johnson is 3 for 14 a series. 2 runs scored. 2 RBIs. Runner on first, nobody out. Koosman from the stretch and the pitch. That's a 4. That's patient. Ooh, 30 patient versus a lefty is a walk. So back-to-back walks for the Orioles. So 2 on and nobody out. The Orioles look to put together a big inning here. Here's the catcher, Andy Etchebarren. Etchebarren 1 for 3 in the series, a walk and a strikeout. 2 on and nobody out. Jerry Koosman on the mound for the Mets. Looking in, Andy Etchebarren is a double play candidate. Jerry Koosman has an unbelievable 10. It will be a double play ball if he keeps the ball on the ground, and it might be, nope. That's going to be a 12. That's going to be in the wheelhouse for Koosman. Oh, no. 19 versus a lefty is a single for Andy Etchebarren. If Brooks Robinson should score, let's see. So Andy Etchebarren, runner on second. Brooks Robinson's running rating is a 7. Holy cow, that's, I think, a little high. Brooks Robinson will score, and that'll put, let's see if he can go first to third, though. Davey Johnson is a 6. He will stay put at second, and the Orioles lead 1-0. So Andy Etchebarren. So the catchers for the Orioles come through again, and here's Mark Belanger. Belanger on the series, 3 for 13, a run scored. Belanger, much better hitter against left-handed pitching. Run on first and second, no outs. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 10. It's going to be a patient. 32 patient is going to be a double for Mark Belanger. That will score some runs. That will score Johnson. Etchebarren probably will not try to score. Etchebarren is a 7. We're going to have to consult the chart on this one. Let's do this right here. It's a double with a runner on first and scores. And the Orioles have taken a 3-0 lead here in the second inning. So the Orioles not missing anything. They take this commanding lead when going back home to Memorial Stadium. They could definitely push maybe Gil Hodges in trotting out Seaver in Game 6. So it's 3-0 Orioles with a runner on second. Belanger, boy, they really jacked up the running ratings. Andy Etchebarren, 1 stall. He gave him a running rating on a 7. Otherwise, he was a 6. He was going to stay put in a kind of a house rule. But here's Dave Mcnally. Dave Mcnally is a 4 hitter. Boy, they're just coming through and hitting the ball hard right now. Here is a 6 on Koosman is tough on a 57. It's a strikeout. So a big strikeout on Mcnally for 2 men out. Holy cow, what a start here at Shea Stadium. The fans came to roar. The last game to be played here at Shea Stadium, 1969. And boy, the Orioles came out sharpened. Runner on second, one out after the strikeout. My fault. Here's Don Buford. Buford on a 5, and that's going to be a tough. Tough on a 92. It's a ground ball to second. That should be 2. Buford is a 5, but Koosman is a 10. That's a 5. That's a double play. 4-6-3. So Koosman gets the double play, and that will turn. Oh, there's not a runner at first. My fault. Jesus. I guess I was a little bit more tired than I thought. 92. Buford 4-3. So 4-3 will get the runner over, in my opinion. It went to the right-hand side. So now runner on third with 2 outs, and it brings up Paul Blair. Blair in the ball game, ground ball to first. So there's a runner on third and 2 outs. Koosman getting tagged early. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks have scored. What has mom and dad told you about walks that come around the score? Here's a 7. It's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough on a 26. And that, folks, is a double for Blair. Holy cow. A 7. He fought off a double, and that will score the runner at third without a problem. Belanger scores, and the Orioles now lead at 4-0. Another RBI for Paul Blair, and the Orioles are putting it together here in game number 5. Here's Frank Robinson. So Robinson, the batter, with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's a 7. That's going to be tough. That's no sure thing. 61 tough. And that is going to be a fly to right, picked up by the right fielder. Comes in, makes the catch, and the Orioles inning is over. 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks. We played an inning and a half. Baltimore 4, and the Mets nothing. So, boy, what a chirping start for the Orioles here in the second. It'll now be Clendenon, Swoboda, and Charles for the Mets here in the second. It is World Worst Gamer. Now coming in. How you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Welcome into the chat. Belanger hit over 300 that year versus the lefty. Look it up. I know it's not much, but you know what? He gets on base. That's what he did. So, again, Koosman allowed the walks too. So, 4-0 Orioles. Game number 5. Here is Clendenon. He'll get a shot here. It's a 6, and that's going to be tough. Tough on a 72. The fly ball to center. That's an easy enough play. Blair camps in, makes the catch, and 1 away. Here's Ron Swoboda. 0 for 11 the series. Boy, is he he has struggled with the bat. Mcnally looks in. Here's the pitch. Righty on lefty. 4 is a tough. 23 on a tough. A strikeout for Swoboda. So another strikeout for Mcnally. That's his first of the game. And now here is Ed Charles. Had that big home run in game number 4 this series. Charles, 5 of 12, 2 runs scored at 5 RBIs. Mcnally looks on. That's an 8. That's in play. And in play on a 16, a base hit for Ed Charles. Ed Charles only hit 186 versus lefties, and Ed Charles is having a game. He was in there as a starting third baseman, and now here's the catcher, Jerry Grody. So runner on first and 2 outs. Mcnally from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a 9. It's a patient. Can they work something together? Patient on a 60 is nope. Fly ball right field. Frank comes in. Robinson grabs the catch and ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We go to the top of the third. Orioles lead 4-0. So here is Boog Powell, followed by Brooks Robinson and Davey Johnson. Top of the third. Powell struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch against Koosman. That's in play. A 59 is going to be off the charts. That's a fly ball in the left field. Left fielder for the Mets is Cleon Jones. Comes in and makes the catch. 1 away. Scott it the other way. Here's Brooks Robinson. He walked and scored his first time up. First two Orioles walked in the second inning and scored. I mean, Brooks Robinson only hit 206 versus lefties. You imagine Mark Belanger hit 100 points higher versus lefties that season. So here's a 10. A 10 on Koosman is going to be patient. A 16 is going to be a walk to Brooks Robinson again. So Jerry Koosman just having some problems, and the Met bullpen has to get up another 2 more runs, and Jerry Koosman, by law, will be toast. So here is Davey Johnson, runner on first and 1 out. Johnson walked and scored himself. He hit 300 versus lefties in 69. It's a 6. That's tough. Tough on a 49 is a single for Davey Johnson. Holy cow. These Orioles, when they're on, can really cause a lot of problems. Another tough hit. Let's see what Brooks Robinson does. We'll consult the chart here first of all. Brooks Robinson is a running 7, so he could go first to third possibly. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, runner on first only goes 1 base. So we do go ahead and consult the fast actions. The fast actions, if you don't have the fast actions cards, you can go to an excellent site that has the fast action rollers on there, and that is what I use. And you would go there by going to apps.lewisresearch.com/pp_bb_die_roller HTML. Just look up Lewis Research for payoff pitch and you'll get auto roller. So in case you don't have the fast action deck, this actually does a nice job in helping you play through. So there's a little pop for the people who devised that nice, excellent system there. And now it's going to be first and second with 1 man out. Here's Andy Etchebarren. Singled in a run his first time up. And let's see if Jerry Koosman can work his way out of this, or is he going to have some problems? It's going to be a 3. That's going to be in the ballpark. It's going to be a 15-2. That is going to be in the wheelhouse. Etchebarren versus a lefty is a 34% chance at a base hit, and that is going to be a 20, and that's a base hit for Etchebarren. That should score Brooks Robinson from third. It will. Brooks Robinson from second, I should say. He is a 7-base runner. So yes, we will, and it's a wheelhouse play. I consider that to be a hard hit, So Robinson will stop. Davey Johnson will stop at second, and it's 5-0 Orioles. And that, folks, could be all for Mcnally for Koosman, but he comes up second in the lineup next inning. Let's see if he even makes it to the next inning. First and second, 1 out. Here's Mark Belanger. Belanger doubled in 2 his last time up. It's a 7, and that's tough. Oh my, again. Tough on a 21. Base hit Belanger. Again, on the tough. And let's see if that will score the runner from first and second. Boy, that is going to be toast for Mr. Koosman. A single runner on second scores. Single runner on second scores, and that will score another run. And that, folks, should be all for Jerry Koosman. So the third RBI for Belanger. Johnson scores. Etchebarren stops at second, and they're going to call to the bullpen. And that's all for Koosman. That did not last long. So now, what do the Mets do? Now this is a huge loss they're going to have. The question is who do they bring in such a short appearance? Whoever comes in is probably going to have to stay in the game and give him innings. And Ron Taylor means he's short, so that may not be the smart choice. Let's see who is 100 innings out of Tug. And they might as well go back with Jim McAndrew again and see if he can give him quality innings. So Jim McAndrew will come trotting out, new Met pitcher. The score is Baltimore 6 and the Mets nothing, as the Mets look and the Orioles look to take a commanding lead in this series. So here is Dave Mcnally, struck out his first time up. Right-handed McAndrew. And that is going to be a 7. That's a tough, and that's a strikeout. Won't even have to look that up. That's an automatic. So 2 outs. And now here is Don Buford, struck out and ground the second. So Koosman only goes 2+ innings, and he gets his can kicked hard. And now here's Buford. But if you watch my 1920 World Series, you saw the Brooklyn Robins come back from an unbelievable deficit in the game, so anything can happen. It's a 4. It's patient. Patient on an 80s, a fly ball to center. Good play is made, and that is AG. So McAndrew gets out of the 3rd inning, but he gives up a couple more. Two runs on 3 hits. Strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. 6-0 Baltimore. So now Dave Mcnally with a huge lead, and now it'll be Weiss, McAndrew, and AG. You cannot see him. He has to bat at least once just to give the Mets a little depth on the bullpen. McNally's a tough on a 66. They just don't have the same tough cards the Orioles do. Ground ball to short. Belanger gets up, throws him out, and 1 away. And here is Jim McAndrew. He is a 5. A 5-hitting pitcher. Not sure if I have that one available or not. 6 makes it easy. That's a strikeout. Anything's a tough. Don't even have to look up the pitcher's hitting card for that one. So here is Tommy AG. So AG to bat with 2 outs. AG popped the 3rd. So again, Dave McNally's kind of sweeping through the 3rd inning here. It's a 10. It's going to be patient. Patient on a 72 is a single. So Tommy AG gets a single with 2 outs. So now he won't run, of course. There's down by 6 and unable to. And now here's a shortstop, Bud Harrelson. Run first, 2 outs. Dave McNally trying to now not give up a crooked inning back here. It's going to be a 4. That's going to be a tough on a 60. Oh, he had something from 250. 60 is a ground ball to short. Belanger's got it, throws him out, and throws him out. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 left. We played 3. All Orioles, 6-0. So Jim McAndrew comes out again as he'll try to save face for the Met bullpen here. And it's going to be Paul Blair. Blair is 1 for 2. We talked about his exploits. MVP chants are happening in Memorial Stadium as we speak. He is 7 of 19, 6 runs scored and 3 home runs. 895 slugging percentage. That's an 8 on McAndrew. That's going to be tough. 85 is a ground ball to short. Harrelson's got it, comes up and throws him out for 1 out. So with 1 out, here is Frank Robinson. Robinson, the batter, with 1 out. He's 1 for 2. Here's a swing. That's a 7. That's a 7 to McAndrew. That's a tough. But that is going to be a 94. The sky to left field. That will be Cleon Jones, and there's 2 away. So McAndrew kind of piecing a little bit of a good game together for himself to keep it close. Here's Boog Powell. He's 0 for 2. Lefty on righty. It's a 6. That's in play, but a 72 is going to be far off. That is a ground ball to short. Nice play by Belanger. Throws him out and ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, go to the Orioles. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 6-0 Baltimore. And now we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Sports Time Machine brings you to 1969 Retro Replay World Series. This is game number 5. Game number 6 never happened in the 69 series. So those lineups will be done on my own. And the pitching lineups will be done on my own also to see who the rest comes up with and who should probably start. So again, game number 4. Mets down by 6. Need to get something going. Here's Cleon Jones. Dave Mcnally has looked really strong. 7 is in play. That's a good start. 68 is going to be far off the press. Ground ball to second. Davey Johnson's got it. Throws the first. And you got a quick out. Here's Donnie Clendenin. Here's Clendenin, an 80% chance at a home run. Mcnally wants to keep it in the ballpark. Does not want to roll. Almost didn't want to roll that. That's a tough. But a tough, and that's a tough on a 69. And that's a ground ball to second. Johnson's got it. Goes to first, and that is 2 outs. So Dave Mcnally just keeping it on the ground. And here's Ron Swoboda. These Met fans came to cheer their Mets on the final game in Shea Stadium this year. Right now, Dave Mcnally has kept the chirps for the Orioles down. A 4 is going to be tough. Tough on a 54 is a strikeout for Ron Swoboda. So 4 is tough. 54 tough is an out, so he gets the strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for McNally. He's looked good. He's only given up 2 hits through 4. It's 6-0 Orioles. So now it'll come down to Brooks Robinson here in the 5th inning. Robinson has walked twice and scored twice. McAndrew on the mound. Here's the pitch. That's an 11. That's in the wheelhouse. But he's probably going to miss this one. It's going to be a 60 for... Ouch. It's going to be a 60 for Robinson versus a righty. Just misses it. 59 would have been a single. 60 will be a ground ball to second. Picked up by Weiss and throws him out 1 away. Here is Davey Johnson. So Johnson the batter. Johnson has walked and scored and singled and scored. So Jim McAndrew keeping the Mets in this one. It's on a tough on a 25. It's a strikeout. So no, it's not. Jeez, against a righty, it is not a strikeout. That's a tough. That's a 25. That's a double for Davey Johnson. He's 2 for 2. So 2 for 2 for Davey Johnson. And now here's Andy Etchebarren. He's 2 for 2. He only hit 235 versus lefties. This Oriole team has some good stuff in the tough column. You can't. I mean, most teams don't have this kind of stats again in the tough column. McAndrew from the stretch. It's an 8. It's a tough. Tough on a 91 is going to be a fly ball left field, and that will be fought off. Left fielder Cleon Jones comes in, and that is 2 away. Again, it comes out to Mark Belanger. Belanger is 2 for 2, 3 RBIs in the game. He's hitting .333 in the series, 5 of 15. Here's McAndrew. He's on a 6. It's in play. But a 65, not this time marked. 65 is a ground ball to second. Good play by Weiss. Throws him out, and he'll strand the runner at second. 1 runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Baltimore. It is 6-0 Orioles. So Shea Stadium looking to send their team back to Baltimore with some encouragement, as this is the last game to be played in Shea Stadium this year. But of course, Dave Mcnally has stopped the cheering with a great start. And of course, Jerry Koosman got bombed. So here's Ed Charles. He's 1 for 1 with a single. That's an 11. That's a defensive check. Oh my, another defensive check. Let's go ahead and look that up now. Defensive check will be an error on the second baseman. That should be an out. That is going to be Davey Johnson. Davey Johnson on the error check is going to be a 4. A 4 error check is a 1 to 34 is an error. Roll the 72, and that's an out 4 to 3. So 1 away. So Charles is out. Here is Jerry Grody. So Grody the batter, right-handed hitter, and with 1 away. Grody 0 for 1. That's going to be a 6 on McNally. That's tough. Tough on a 94. The sky to left field. Buford's there, makes the catch, and that's 2 outs. Boy, this Met team has lost their ability to hit. Had too much of a layoff between my other stuff I've been playing. So here's Al Weiss. He's 0 for 1. That's an 8. That's in play. An 11's a single for Al Weiss, which makes a very difficult decision now for the Mets. So with them down 6-0, Jim McAndrews going to have to come out this game, and they're going to have to swing against a lefty. They do not have a lot of bats. They have some decent dudes. Here's Ron Gaspar. So Ron Gaspar will swing away. So pinch hitting for McAndrew will be Gaspar. And we'll see who will pitch for the Mets, possibly that young phenom, Nolan Ryan. So runner on first, 2 outs in the 5th. Gaspar, right-handed hitter against Mcnally. That will be a 7. That's in play. 27. Against a lefty, it's a single for Gaspar. Good choice by myself to bring him in. Let's see if Weiss is a 7. He is a 7. He'll go to third. So first and third, 2 outs, and the Mets got something going. So Ron Gaspar with a pinch hit. First and third, 2 outs, and here's Tommy Agee. So runner on first and third, 2 outs. McNally trying to get through this. From the stretch, here's the pitch. It's a 5. It's a tough on a 41. Struck him out, ends the inning. Agee on strikes, no runs, 2 hits, they strand 2. We go to the top of the 6th. It's 6-0 Baltimore. So let's see who will come out for the New York Mets here. They've talked about maybe being Nolan Ryan, or maybe they go... I don't like some of the... You know what? We may have to go another guy. He's a short guy. Go with Ron Taylor. So Ron Taylor, the righty, will come in here in the 6th. So it's something he has not used yet. So new opposing pitcher for the Mets, Ron Taylor. And he bats 9th in the lineup, stays in the game. He's the 3rd Met pitcher. And here is Mcnally, the bat here in the 6th. Mcnally, the bat, it's a 7. That's a tough, and that's a strikeout. So that's an auto strikeout. Makes it nice, 1 away. And now here is Don Buford. So Buford in the ball game, 0 for 3. He was up in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd inning. He's up for the 4th time in this series. Buford right now in the series is 4 for 20. Right-handed hitter against a right-handed Ron Taylor. Taylor 13 saves, 61 hits in 76 innings. Buford, the pitch from Taylor, it's a 6. That's a tough. That's a tough on a 90. Is a ground ball to second. Weiss has got it, throws it over, and Buford's 0 for 4. Here is again Mr. Paul Blair. Blair in the ball game, 1 for 3. RBI double in the ball game. That was his first double on the series. Ron Taylor looking in. Ron Taylor from the windup and deals. That die will roll around. That's a 9. That's in play. On 11, that's a base hit for Paul Blair. He is 2 for 4, and Paul Blair's stock of being MVP continues to go up. Here is Frank Robinson, runner on first and 2 outs. Robbie 1 for 3. 6 for 18 the series. Taylor from the stretch is 11. It's in play. 76 is going to be a sky to center. That will make the catches. Agee, and that's it for the Orioles. Through 5.5, 6-0 Baltimore. So the Mets come up with Harrelson, Jones, and Clendenin against Dave McNally here in the 6th inning. So Bud Harrelson, the batter, he is 0 for 2. It's a 5, and that's going to be tough. Tough on a 96. And that is going to be a sky to right field. That will be Frank Robinson comes in, makes the catch, and 1 away. So a can of corn there for Frank, 1 away in the 6th. Here's Cleon Jones. Jones 0 for 2. Sky to right and ground to second. Here's a windup and deals. That's a 5. That's a 5 on Mcnally. That's tough. Tough on a 99. Sky to left field. That's an easier play. Buford makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Boy, they're not getting any good wood against Mcnally here. The Mets only with 4 hits in the ball game. The Orioles have 9 against Met pitching, most of them against Koosman. Here is Clendenin with 2 outs. That's a 5. That's tough. An 85 will be a ground ball to short. Belanger's got him, throws him out, and Dave McNally's been masterful. Through 6, it's 6-0 Orioles. So we go to the 7th. There'll be Boog Powell, Brooks Robinson, and Davey Johnson against Ron Taylor. Boog Powell 0 for 3 in the ball game. Struck out 5 to left, ground to short. It's going to be a 6. That's going to be a tough. Tough on a 75, a fly ball to center. That will be Tommy Agee makes the catch, and 1 out here in the 7th. Here is Brooks Robinson. Robinson 0 for 1, 2 walks, 2 runs scored in the series. From the stretch, that will be a 6. That'll be a 6 on Taylor's tough. 6 on Taylor's tough on a 68, and that will fall in a fly ball center field. Agee again makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. So 2 quick outs. Here's the second baseman, Davey Johnson. He is 2 for 2, has a 2 runs scored, and has a double. So Davey Johnson having a productive game today. Righty on righty. Here's the pitch. It's a 4. It's going to be patient. An 89 is going to be a ground ball to short. That'll be Harrelson. Throws them out, and the Orioles are done. Get up and stretch here at Shea. 6-0 Baltimore. So now the Mets fans try to get some encouragement for their Mets here. Down 6-0 last the 7th, last home game of the 1969 season for these Mets. So again, we go to baseball here at Shea. Swoboda, Charles, and Grody. Swoboda against Mcnally. Here we go. It's going to be in play. It's going to be a 46. And that is going to be just out of reach. Ground ball to first. Boog's got it. Swoboda is a 7 running. He'll toss it to the first base. He'll toss it to the pitcher covering for the first out. So here is Ed Charles. So Ed Charles with 1 out. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. He singled back in the second. That's a 4. That's tough. Boy, McNally's just been brutal. 40. Again, that is going to be a... No, that's a 4. Sorry, a 4 is tough. 0-4 is a strikeout, and Ed Charles is down on strikes. Dave McNally mowing him down here in Shea. Here is Jerry Grody, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Most likely, you'll probably have to see Gary Gentry in 6. Don't think you can bring back Seaver, although there will be a natural game of rest when they go back to Baltimore. So here is Grody. It's going to be, he normally likes to pitch on 3 days rest. So let's see. He'll have pitched. He'll have the day watching right now. There'll only be 2 days. He'll come back, though, and he will pitch Game 7 if needed. And he could possibly come out of the bullpen in Game 6, I guess, if you need a couple quick outs. McNally on a 6 is tough. Tough on a 21 is a strikeout for Grody. 3 up, 3 down, go to Mets. Dave McNally is mowing him down. We go to the 8th. It is 6-0 Baltimore. So this will be the last inning for Ron Taylor, as he will come up in the order in the bottom of the 8th inning. Etchebarren is 2 for 3, 2 hits and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be an 11 on Taylor. That's in play. In play on a 44 is going to be a ground ball to first. He'll take it to the bag himself. It's the catcher running, and there's 1 away, even though he is a running 7. I don't agree with that one. And here is Mark Belanger. Belanger in the ball game, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs and a run scored so far. So here is Ron Taylor. That's in play. An 0-4, guess what? That is a double for Belanger. He's 3 for 4. So again, that's an 8. That's in play. That's an 0-4, 0-4 righty, and Mark Belanger gets himself a double. He had 18 doubles on the season. He's gotten 2 in the ball game. He's 3 for 4. And now what do you do? Do you go for the jugular here in the eighth? Probably not. You don't want to. You think he's mowing him down. Mcnally will swing away. It's a 10. It's patient. Patient on a 30. On a 36. Let's look at it. Patient on a 36 versus a righty. He's a 4. And nope, doesn't get it in there. It's a ground ball to first. That will get the runner over. 3 unassisted, and there's a runner on third with 2 outs. So Belanger 90 feet away and brings up Don Buford. Buford, the ball game is 0 for 4. The Orioles are thumping along here. Top of the 8th inning, up by 6. Out hitting the Mets 10 to 4. Here's the pitch. That is a 6. A 6 is tough. A 6 is tough on a 68. And I think that's a tough. Let's make sure that's a tough. Tough on a 68. There's no 68. Thankfully, ground ball to short. Harrelson's got him, throws him out. Runners will hold, and that's it. No runs, 1 hit, runner left on third. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. All Baltimore, they lead it by 6. So it'll be Weiss, pinch hitter for Ron Taylor, and Tommy Agee. The bat for the Mets here in the 8th against Dave Mcnally. This is his inning of weakness in the 8th inning so far. And that's going to be a 3. That's going to be in the wheelhouse. Hey, that's the wheelhouse for Al Weiss. And that's a 12. 12 against the lefty. Deep drive to left field. Back goes Buford. Looks up. Gone. Al Weiss. Al Weiss. 2 home runs on the season, and he found one. 3 is wheelhouse. 12 just hits the home run, and the Mets are back in this game. It's now 6 to 1. Holy cow! So a home run by Weiss. So Weiss hits the home run, and now the Mets will go to a pinch hitter. So a big home run by Weiss clears the wall. Maybe that'll give the Mets some thoughts here. So let's see. Do they go maybe with J.C. Martin? Let's see. No, lefty on lefty. No. Oh, I don't know what you do. Possibly back then you don't care if you give up your last catcher and all that. This was the different rules we go by in sports. With the lefty in there, the Mets don't have a lot of righty pinch hitters to go with. And you know what? They're going to have to go with Duffy Dyer. Again, Grody doesn't come out usually, so no injuries. So pinch hitters, Duffy Dyer, only right-handed guy really to use on the bench. So Dyer will hit, and he'll hit for Ron Taylor. So let's see if Dyer can get something going against Mcnally here. It's a 7. It's in play. It's in play on a 10. That's a base hit. Oh, wait a second. It's a 7. That's in play. It's a 10 versus a lefty. It's a triple for Duffy Dyer. Holy cow. Duffy Dyer with 1 triple on the season against the lefty, and there it is. So Duffy Dyer legs out a triple, and the Mets got something going. That's the 8. That's the 6th hit for the Mets. So it's 6 to 1. Another hit will probably fatigue Al Mcnally. Here's Agee. Runner on third, 1 man out, playing the infield back. They're going to give up a run here. It's going to be an 8. It's in play. Boy, they're leaving a lot of things up. 31 for the lefty. Base hit. Agee, and that will do it for Mcnally. Weaver will come out on the top step at 6 to 2 favor of the Orioles. And the Met fans are starting to show some their support right now. Dave Mcnally, the ball is taken from him. So probably be a right-handed pitcher. Probably go with the guy who came in that game. And it will probably be Eddie Watt. If I can locate Mr. Watt and see if he wants to come in and pitch this game. Give me 1 second here. Hang on. And looking for Eddie Watt here right now. Give me 1 second. I need to just do a real quick timeout here, folks. If I can, here's Eddie Watt right here. We'll bring in Eddie Watt, and he'll come in the game. And give me a second here. Let's go ahead and make the pitching change. So new pitcher for the Orioles, Eddie Watt, the right-hander. And he'll stay in the game and bat ninth. So new pitcher for the Orioles, 6-2 with a runner on first. So let's just take a quick time out here. Miracle Mets, are they going to come all the way back? Yes, we're going to find out. But give me 1 minute, folks. I need to just take care of something real quick. Something just happened real quick. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 moment. Sorry, folks, just taking a second time out. I know. I can do that when I come back. All right. So let's go back to the game here and see if we can do this real quick. Bud Harrelson now the batter. Can the Mets come back here? Is this really the Miracle Mets? It's 6-2 here in the 8th. Harrelson, a left-handed hitter against Watt. Watt, so far in this series, is pitched 2 innings, given up 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, has a save. So he has been fairly effective right now. So Harrelson will bat against the lefty. It's a 6. That's in play. Oh my, it's an in-play result on a 41. No, up to 31 is a hit. 41 is a pop to short. That will be Belanger, calls everyone off and makes the big out. So Harrelson's out, 1 away. Here is Cleon Jones. So it's a 6-2 ball game, bottom of the 8th inning. Met fans still trying to bring their collective clapping to their feet to a crescendo here. Here we go. 0 for 3, Cleon Jones. It's a 9. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough on a 46. And that, guess what, folks? The Mets do got some clutch guys on their team against a tough. It's against a 46. That's a single for Cleon Jones. So Tommy Agee is at first. Tommy Agee is a running rating 8. So that should definitely, there's 1 out. But we're gonna consult the chart for him. Let's consult the chart and see if he can get in this game. Here we go. And that's gonna be a single, 1 base. Oh, he had it. I have to consult the chart on that. So thank you so much. So I'm sorry about that. It's gonna be a hit. Runners will not go up. It's now first and second. So let's see what happens here. So it's first and second, 1 out. They have the tying runner on the on-deck circle, and it's going to be Ron Swoboda as Eddie. Now the Mets do have some left-handed bats on the bench that can swing. Clendenin hit 202 versus righties, but he's got power. That's kind of the world's worst gamer approach. No average, but he's got pop. So let's see if Clendenin can find one. If he rolls a 12, he can send us out of here. So let's see if Watt can roll a 12 here. It's a 12! Eddie Watt in the wheelhouse, called it. Gone! Don Clendenin! I kept him in the ball game because he's got power, and Clendenin rolled a 12. I should go to Vegas with those numbers, although that would be craps. It's gone. 3-run homer, Clendenin, and the Mets come all the way back, and they're down by 1. So Clendenin with a monster home run. It's 6-5 New York. It's 6-5 Baltimore. And all of a sudden, Earl Weaver is losing his cookies here. Oh my goodness. What a roll. Come on, Sean. You got to give me credit for that one. You got to tell people. You got to take a picture of that one and tell people what I just did on that one. Holy crap. I called it. I called a Babe Ruth shot for Clendenin. So Watt has given up 2 earned runs so far. And here is Swoboda. He's a 232 hitter versus righties with some power. Let's see if he can maybe tie this up. Oh, Watt. It's not a 12. It's a 7. It's a tough on a 12. A strikeout. Swoboda down on strike. This Met crowd is going absolutely crazy. They were down 6-0 heading into the 8th. They were left for dead. Sounds like a video game. But no, the Mets have come all the way back and now trail 6-5 here in the 8th of Game 5 of the series. Here's Ed Charles. Charles hitting 239. 20% chance at a home run if I could find one. He is the third baseman. But let's look at Mr. Ed. Let's look at Mr. Wayne Garrett. He only has a home run. Boswell can only play second, but he's a better hitter. So let's look at, 255, 11 Bommaroonies. Let's take a look at Eddie Kranepool. So one of the beloved Mets. Eddie Kranepool. Although Ed Charles is hitting 400 in the series. Oh, you know what? If this really is happening, you don't bat for Charles. He has been really good. So Charles is going to swing away. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Here we go. 6-5 Baltimore. Last of the 8th. 0-9. Thought I rolled it again. That's tough. Tough on a 47. Is going to be a righty. He says, take that. Base hit at Charles on the tough. Oh, and the Mets now fighting off toss for a base hit. Mets bring the tying run to first base. And Jerry Grody has to bat because I batted for Duffy Dyer to start this inning. So now all of a sudden, the pitcher you use in the 9th inning is going to make a difference because it's only a 1-run lead. Both teams with 10 hits. Baltimore leads by a run. Grody comes up 5 home runs versus righties. Said he will swing. So Eddie Watt, what does he do? Or does he get yanked? So Watt may have lost his effectiveness, you can say. Who do you get an inning out of? Let's maybe go with Dick Hall. Dick Hall's another righty, but you got to change it here. So here comes Weaver. He'll yank him. Nothing. Eddie Watt had nothing. The Orioles definitely lit the light bulb as Hall will come in. Third pitcher for the Orioles. Here comes Jerry Grody. So let's go back. I want to see if I got any yes. Don't be sorry. Wow, yes. I know. Thank you. I know. That was an amazing roll by myself. You needed a 12. You got a 12, and boom goes the ball that time. And now it's Dick Hall for Grody. Hall does have a wheelhouse on his cards at 2. You don't want to depend on Shea Stadium on the ballparks. Can Grody find some extra base hits? He doubles from he gets an extra base hit from 1 to 5 on an in-play result. Hall gives up in-plays on 6, 7, and 8. The runner is Ed Charles. He is a running 7. He should score on first on a double. Keep that in mind. Hall from the stretch. 6-5 Baltimore. And the pitch. That's going to be a 6. That's in play. 64 is not there. Ground ball to second. Davey Johnson throws him out. ends the inning. The Mets bat around. They score 5 times, but they stranded a runner. We go to the top of the ninth. It's 6-5 Orioles. Who do the Mets turn to in the bottom of the ninth? And I think you gotta believe Tug McGraw. So McGraw will probably come in for the Mets. Holy cow, what a ball game. 12 saves, 100 innings, 89 hits, a left-hander. So McGraw will come in and pitch to Blair, Robinson, Powell, right, and left. Or do you go with, let's see, Blair against a lefty hits better. Robinson against a lefty match. Ooh, goodness gracious. McGraw, stay out there. No, you don't come in. And we're going to go back with number 30, Nolan Ryan. So Ryan, the right-hander, will go in. New pitcher. This is where splits make a difference. So Ryan will be a new pitcher. He stays in the game, bats ninth, and he's the 4th pitcher for the Mets. In this World Series, Nolan Ryan has pitched 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Has been quite effective. So in the ball game today, Paul Blair is 2 for 4, and we talked about his MVP standards earlier. Blair in the ball game is hitting, he's 8 of 21, hitting .381 in the series. So here is Blair against Ryan, top of the ninth. It's a 6. He found the patient. Patient on 23 is a double. I think, no, it's a walk. Against a lefty, it's a double. So had McGraw, and that's a double. Against a righty, he gets the walk. So McGraw with a walk. That's a key. So he'll go to first and not be on second. Holy cow, here is Frank Robinson. Runner on first, nobody out. The Mets got to prevent the Orioles from putting a crooked number under. Both teams with 10 hits. The Orioles leading this 6-5. Last game of the season here at Shea Stadium. Game number 6 will move to Memorial Stadium, which never did happen. Frank Robinson 1 for 4. Here we go. That's a bad number if it's in play. It's 5. It's tough. That's where you want it. 0-1 is a strikeout on Frank Robinson. So Frank Robinson strikes out in 1 away. And now here is Boog Powell as he comes up. So now with Powell up, they will keep Ryan out there. They're not going to put a lefty in there with the righty still up for the Orioles. They're a righty-dominated team. So Powell, here comes Ryan from the stretch. It's a 9. It's a patient again. 49 patient, and that won't be good either. 49 is going to be a double. They hit a bad pitch off Nolan. Let's see if Blair can score. Let's go to the readout here. Can the Orioles put a very important run on the board? A double runner on first and scores. So a double and 2 RBIs, and that, folks, will be a little backbreaker here as Boog Powell comes in and doubles off Ryan. Blair scores, and the Orioles get a run back. Runner on second and 1 out. Here is Brooks Robinson. So Brooks Robinson, the batter. So Brooksy, runner on second, 1 out. Robinson, right-handed. He is 0 for 2, 2 walks. 3, it's going to be tough. Tough on an 18, struck him out, barely though. So Nolan Ryan hit for the hardest for the first time today, and it could not come at a worse time. Orioles by 2 with 2 outs here in the ninth, and here's Davey Johnson. Johnson is 2 for 3 in the ball game, 2 runs scored, and has a double. So here is Ryan from the stretch. It's a 3. That's a tough. Tough on a 74. The sky to center. That's AG makes the catch. Ends the inning. Well, folks, let's go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Orioles tack on 1. It's now 7-5 Baltimore. So now the problem becomes, it will be Al Weiss who led off the 8th inning for the Mets with a home run, and then again a pinch hitter happened to be for Nolan Ryan again. As the Mets, they should have probably double switched at that point. So, but that's okay. So it's going to be Weiss, Ryan, and Weiss, a pinch hitter, and AG for the Mets here. and they will stick with Dick Hall here and see if he can get himself a huge save. Hall has been in 4 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, got a save, 2.25 ERA so far in the postseason. So now here come the Mets. Weiss, 3 for 13, had the home run his last time up. Can he hit another? A little bit harder. 1-9 is his wheelhouse if you can roll a snake eyes. Can he find a break? Nope, that's a 5. That's going to be tough. Tough on a 49 is, 49 for Weiss against a tough is a strikeout, 1 away. So Weiss is down. The Mets are now down to the last 2 outs here at playing games at Shea Stadium. So now the pinch hitter for the Mets have to be against a right-handed batter, and they'll send up Ed Kranepool. So Kranepool will get the chance here with 1 away. The Mets on their feet, they love Ed. He's one of the beloved Mets on this team. And Kranepool comes up, a 255 hitter, 11 home runs, 300 at-bats, 1-45 wheelhouse if we can roll a 2. So again, he's 2 for 3. They kind of just want a get on base type of thing. There's a 4, and that's going to be a tough on a 31. Oh no, it's not a strikeout. That's a single for Kranepool, and the fans go on their feet. The Mets keep this inning alive as Kranepool with a base hit. He's a running 6, so now it brings up AG. He had a great World Series in '69, if you remember. You imagine if he gets a hold of one. He's a 50% home run hitter versus righties if he finds a 2. If he finds the ballpark, he needs to be inside 32. So he's got some options. Hall from the stretch. Run first, 1 out. Mets trying to stay in this. It's a 7. It's in play. It's going to be a 39, and that's going to be a little bit off. That's a ground ball to first. Oh, no. Hall is a 6. Double plays a 5 and a 7. No. Fielder's choice. Mets keep their game on. So now with 2 outs, Tommy Agee on at first. And now let's see what the Mets do. And again, it'll be Bud Harrelson. Again, he's so far in the ball game, and he has struggled with the bat. What do the Mets have left on the bench as a lefty hitter? And they will go with Ken Boswell, who hit righties extremely well. So Boswell will hit. For Harrelson. Not sure who the shortstop for the Mets will be. I have to guess worry about that if he comes in. I've heard RJL talk about playing who's going to play shortstop. I guess I look at the moment and put a guy in. Al Weiss can go to short, and Ken Boswell will go to second. So the Mets are looking at that possibility if they keep this inning alive. Runner on first, 2 outs. Boswell the hitter. He's 0 for 4 in the game. So here we go. 7-5 Baltimore. Boswell hitting for ineffective Harrelson. Here's Hall's pitch. It's a 6. It's in play. 31 versus a righty. Base hit. Ken Boswell. And yes, AG is an 8. He will go automatically 2 bases. And now it's first and third. Boys, that extra run the Orioles tacked on looks big. So a 6 does not run. Boswell's on. And here's another guy with a big World Series. Cleon Jones, 1 for 4 today. He's 10 for 19 in the series, hitting .526. He hits this home run right now. The fans will go crazy, and the Mets will have the lead. Against righties, not so much. He only has a 17% chance in the wheelhouse of hitting a home run. He rolls the 2, so you're going to have to hope for a small roll and a deuce for Flushing to go Met crazy here. But can he do it? Oh, it's a 3. It's in the ballpark. It's an 11. And guess what? Sean? Cleon Jones has a chance to win it. He has a chance, so let's see. We'll roll the 2 dice reading black and blue. Anything over 49% and this game is over. If he rolls in the wheelhouse, a double a double will score the runner on third. A double should score Boswell from first. He's a running 7. So anything from 18 to 25, anything from 1 to 25 will score both runs. If he rolls a 1 to 17, it is a walk-off and the Mets win the game. Here we go. It is no. And I talk too much. 66. And that is going to be a sky to right field. They're going to run out of room. Right fielder Frank Robinson at the track makes the catch. That's it. Oh, my goodness. Goodbye, folks. Have a good night. Oh, my, what a ball game. Oh, the Baltimore Orioles just make it, and they win this 7-5. Oh, how close. The winning pitcher is going to be Dave Mcnally. Doesn't get much help out of the bullpen. Hall will get a save. Koosman gets rocked in the loss. January 12, 2022, Shea Stadium. This was Game 5, so the Orioles will go back to Baltimore, up a game where they did not lose a game in the postseason. So the Orioles, 7 runs, 11 hits. The Mets, 5 runs on 12 hits. The Orioles jumped on top with 4 in the second, 2 in the third. Mets got 5 in the 8th. Baltimore 1 in the 9th. The Mets came within 25% from tying this ball game up, but rolled to 66. The fly to right field to end it. What a ball game. The Mets left 8 on base. The Orioles left 8 on base. The Mets 7. Double by Belanger. He had 2. Blair had a double. Johnson, Powell had a double. Triples by Dyer. Clendenin with that immaculate home run. Weiss with the home run. RBI, Belanger had 3, Blair 7, Etchebarren 2, Powell had a second RBI, AG 2, Clendenin now has 7 RBIs in the series, Weiss with 2. In the actual game contest, the guys with 2 hits or more for the Mets was AG 2 for 5 with a run scored, Charles 2 for 4, Al Weiss 2 for 4 including that home run, of course Don Clendenin 1 for 4 including that big 3-run home run that he wished he got into Vegas with. While the Baltimore Orioles improved to 3-2, a chance to get the game winner now at home. Their big hitters in the ball game were by Mark Belanger, of all people, 3 for 4 runs scored, had 3 RBIs. Etchebarren, 2 for 4 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Imagine this team actually hit their middle of the order. Frank Robinson was 1 for 5. Frank Robinson 1 for 5. Paul Blair, 2 for 4 runs scored RBI. Again, MVP votes for him. He's hitting .381. Buford went 0 for 5, actually. So the winning pitcher, again, was Mcnally. He's 1-0, ERA 2.57 in this postseason. Koosman lost it. He's 0-1, ERA 6.75. He did not have it. 2 1/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Well, folks, that is the ball game, and boy, what a ball game it was. I could not imagine he almost can do it. And what a game. That's what makes payoff pitch. You roll and have percentages, and boy, he just missed that game-winning home run. He had a 25% chance at tying the game, and he rolled triple that to 6s. And of course, he doesn't have that high ratings. You know what? If Hall was a left-hander, Cleon Jones has a single, and the inning continues. Because he's a right-hander, his percentages was not as high, and it ended up being a harmless fly ball to Frank Robinson. Orioles lead 3-2. Series will now go back to Memorial Stadium in Baltimore and see if the Mets can win Game 6. Probably Gary Gentry for the Mets and Tom Seaver coming back for Game 7 if needed. Thank you, folks. Have a good rest of the evening, and what a ball game. We'll talk to you again. See you later.